Hi, welcome. This is DT, Divinely Tarot from Enlightened Soul Scrubs, but I'm going to be expanding to Enlightened Souls Tarot. Okay, let's get it. And yeah, DT's about to get into this fire sign reading. The way that Spirit did it for me, they gave me three archetypes. They gave me the Sag energy, they gave me the Aries energy, and the Leo energy. But they want us to know and focus on the fact that because this is still fire energy, you could find yourself in any one of these placements based on how you grew up, the circumstances surrounding how you grew up, and how you as an individual decided to embody what you embodied. So just take what resonates, but just know that Spirit gave me the three archetypes of what's going on in this scenario, and we're about to get into it. Go ahead and interact with all those buttons on the side if you resonate with what we have going on here. And I hope that you get what you need most right now. So we're going to go ahead and get into these three archetypes. So the three archetypes are obviously the Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo energy. And the Sagittarius energy, if you resonate with this, you came from a place of being the fool. Not just necessarily the fool as in like wah wah wah, sad, sad, sad. It might have seemed that way as things were unrolling. However, it was more of like a gullible. You were so innocent, you know, you were so innocent. That was the place that you were put to be when you were in your younger years. You were made to be just such a beautiful, bright, vibrant light that had this potential about you. The world was at your feet, you know, so much potential. However, there were some that took advantage of this. Um, yeah, yeah. But then you go into this temperance energy, well grounded, well versed in all situations. And you see that sun, it's still burning bright, okay? It's rising actually. So like this kundalini kind of effect, this ascension, kind of like these wings. Quite literally, if you resonate with this Sagittarius energy, you are a walking earth angel. hmm Now, the next energy we get into is the Aries energy. The Aries energy, where you came from. We have the Four of Wands in reverse. What this is indicative of is where your stability, your home life that you came from, if you resonate with this energy, is it wasn't the best. I'm seeing the two parents or the two people who were in charge of raising you up. They did not instill in you the things that you needed to help you thrive and be the best version of yourself, honestly. And so when you walked around throughout life, it did kind of cause you to be the problem starter, the fire starter, very combative, this Aries energy. You know what I mean? Give me a second. Okay, so the restrictors of these elements. Now, the restrictors, I'm just going to list them, not specifically for each one, but we're going to have being open minded. That was the restrictor that I'm hearing. Being open minded, your open mindedness, your over open mindedness caused you to be gullible and fall in line with things that weren't in alignment with you because you weren't able to tell and discern what was for you and what wasn't for you because of where you came from, the places that you came from that made you think, oh, they mean well for me because they're supposed to mean well for me, right? Because it was so low key about how they were acting. And I actually saw it for myself personally, was that Tara on deck, she was doing a reading and she was saying, you know what, I'm picking up on the energy of you don't even know who is for you and who's against you because you have grew up with such covert narcissism that you don't know how to recognize when somebody don't really like you. And it's that kind of energy, for real. It's that kind of energy. And that's why you landed in the fool like energy. Then we come over into this other limiting kind of restrictor is literal restriction. That is the restriction for some of y'all when restrictions are being, or that's the restriction for some of y'all, restriction. When you see limiting factors being placed on you, you kind of freak out. And Spirit is saying, don't freak out because you have to learn to thrive in this type of energy as well, because sometimes boundaries need to be set. And that's what's going to lead us over into the next is that we have the Page of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Wands. So this is saying young one, but not really young because you're not young anymore, which is why the page is in reverse. You're not young anymore. That potential that you once had that was seen as potential, you have it now. It's not just potential, if that makes any sense. It's actuality. You have the actual gifts. You have the actual power to change your fortune, to let the wheels change in your favor, is what they're saying. They're saying, are you going to allow your lack of experience, excuse me, birth confirmation, your lack of experience, and all of those things that may be put against you, all these other things that, because honestly, fire signs, we about to come up. I've seen some things saying that water signs are the ones to be eerie of right now, and all this other stuff. And those things, I'm not disclaiming it on anyone. Those things are very true. However, fire signs, we're going to come out like a surprise. We're going to come out like the phoenix that rises from the ashes, and it's going to be so sudden. Okay. But what I'm being told, Aries, is that what you began to realize is the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And you have to learn to be able to water and tend to your own field. You have to learn to tend to your own grass. And then you step into this new energy of the Two of Pentacles, where you realized, you had certain realizations, and you started to realize that you really are the most viable and vibrant version of yourself when you realized how to place your energy and where to put your energy. Spirit is saying that you are in a space of kind of balancing out the dualities of the things that you are holding back acting on. So this might have been low vibrational ways or characteristic traits that were given to you by these people of where you came from. You know, it's that kind of energy. It's you realizing, there we go, thank you, Spirit. It's you realizing your potential when you aim your energy more directly at what you want, instead of just acting like a loose cannon and being so fiery. As far as like, I'm seeing an Aries like energy that is cannot be tied down. They like to do so much. I saw or I heard doing too much without doing enough. Really, like you're always trying, you don't want to back down from this, so then you're doing all of this, but really in the grand scheme of it, everything that you were just doing had nothing to do with the benefit of you. And I feel like you're realizing those actions, and now you're trying to balance out when you need to do these things and when you need to pull back. And that's a beautiful, beautiful gift. You're starting to realize the power of your intentions. Ooh, yes, Aries. Then Leo, we have the third archetype. You only got one card because Spirit is saying it doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter what happened at the end. And I'm getting this, and I feel like this is happening because it's a little bit of mixed energy with this Leo energy. It's very mixed all the way around. It is almost back and forth, kind of tapey, like you were just trying to figure out who you were, the traits that you possessed, how they best served you when doing so. So sometimes you were the bad guy. Yeah, most definitely. Sometimes you were the commendable guy or gal. You know, you were the person who stood in your own, but now you are starting to see your power. Now you are sitting on your throne, and now you know what things work for you and what things don't. Okay? And that's what's most important, because I do feel like if there was a card that tried to come out before this about where you were, it would have been multiple cards, because you had done so much. You've done so much. And also, Spirit wants you to know, Leo, that your heart is a jewel. Then we have the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Tower card in reverse. This is saying you don't have to wait anymore for your story to rewrite. Just like right here, they're saying that you have the power to change it over. The waiting is over. The waiting is done. Your 10 of Cups is coming, okay? For some, it's going to be a job. It's going to be a house. For others, you're going to be leaving a job. You know what I'm saying? It's beautifulness. All the things that are deconstructing are really for